Yesterday, we were going through and analyzing on topic known as periodic trends in properties of elements. This is studied under two headings, namely periodic trends in physical and periodic trends in chemical properties. Under periodic trends in physical properties, our topic of discussion was atomic radius. Atomic radius in a simple language is the radius of an atom. We also discussed its difficulty in measuring because of small size, not having well defined boundary, difficulty in isolating one single atom, and bonding state. That's why atomic radius is measured in terms of covalent radius and metallic radius. That is, atomic radius is measured in the combined state in the bonding condition. Depend upon the type of a molecule, atomic radius is named as covalent and metallic. If the atom belongs to the metallic category in the bonding condition, then it is called metallic radius. And if the atom belongs to the non-metal or metalloid category in the bonding condition, then it is called covalent radius. But in day-to-day discussions, to make the study simple, we use the term atomic radius for any type of radius of an atom bonded with other atom. So my friends, before to go to the today's topic, I am taking one small example of yesterday's topic, how atomic radius varies in a period and in a group. So welcome to the today's session. This is the handwritten slide. Please see atomic radius in a period. This is called period number second. In the first period, we have helium and the hydrogen. Second period starts from lithium, beryllium, continue boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and the neon. So noble gases are left because they are chemically least reactive. So atomic number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And using the Aufbau principle, I have written here electronic configuration. 1s2, 2s1, 1s2, 2s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, because there is no place here for me to write. That's why I have written like this, but you have to write in a single line. Now in the case of carbon, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Nitrogen 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Oxygen 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. And fluorine 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. In terms of KLMN, electronic configuration is written as for lithium 2,1, then 2,2 for beryllium, boron 2,3, carbon 2,4, nitrogen 2,5, oxygen 2,6, and fluorine 2,7. In all the cases, we have only two main shells, K shell and L shell. In all, you see, from lithium to fluorine, if you move, in only two shells electrons are entering stepwise. Now see their respective atomic radii. Lithium 152 decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. This we know from yesterday's discussion. Why it is decreasing? Yesterday only table was shown. Now today using the electronic configuration we are understanding. See here. In the case of period, atomic number increases only by 1. See 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Atomic number in a period, if you move from left to right, it is increasing just by 1. So that one extra electron, where it is going? It is going the same level, L level. So no extra shell is created. In the same shell, electron is adding. But at the same time, increase in the atomic number by 1 not only increases the number of electron in the L level, but also increase in the number of one proton in the nucleus. That means nuclear charge is increasing. Okay, atomic number increasing, but electron is entering the same level. So what is the impact here? Impact is nucleus will pull the outer electrons because they are not gone far away. They are in the same level, same shell, L shell. So because of increase in the number of protons in the nucleus when you move from left to right, and because of not creating any extra shell, the same shell entry is there. That's why nucleus starts pulling the outer electrons. That is the reason for reduction in the radius. See, pull is more. Though the pull is less here, but pull is there guarantee. Why the pull is less here? That we discuss in the ionization enthalpy. Okay, but definitely atomic radius is decreasing from left to right. In the beginning more, but at the end less. But decrease is guarantee. Because of what? Because of the no extra shell is created. Electron enters in the same level because atomic number is increasing just by 1. Now you see the impact in the group. This is the alkali metal group I have taken. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Atomic number, you see, difference is only 1 year in the period, but here in the case of group, difference is much difference. That means when you write the electronic configuration, whether using the above or the Bohr, the last electron enters in the new shell. Here it is K equal to L equal to KL. This is KLM, N, O, P. When you move in a group from top to bottom, new shell is created. Electron is going far away. When electron goes far away, then atomic radius has to increase. No doubt in that. Only in the case of period, either constant or decrease due to the nucleus pull over the outer electrons. Now we will go to the today's discussion. Today's discussion is on the ionic radii. It is defined as one half of the internuclear distance between the bonded atoms, or it is the measure of distance between cation and anion in ionic crystals. Normally ionic word we use for the ionic compounds. Okay. See, diagrammatically we can explain. This is a cation, this is an anion. Cation by the loss of electron, anion by the gain of electron. So when they go for bonding, okay, that time what is the distance between this nucleus and this nucleus? Its half is taken as its radius. But you see the one more next statement. For example, in NaCl, the bond length is 276 picometers. But if you take exactly the half, then there will be error. Why error? When you take half, half is radius of the this ion. Though it is a bigger, though it is small, how to take then? That's why we calculate distance separately for sodium ion and chloride ion and define the ionic radii. So sodium we take separately in the sodium crystal, sodium metal. So chlorine is taken in the chlorine gas in the molecular condition when two chlorine atoms are together. Then we apply the same knowledge here. Then it is taken as the effective distance. That's why it says. So the effective distance from the center of nucleus of ion to up to the distance where it has a influence in ionic bond. That means this ion has influence on this ion to what extent? Up to that it is taken. That is the meaning of this statement to calculate the ionic radii. Now, to measure ionic radii, first it has to form ion. No, then how ions are formed? There are two types of ion: cation, positive ion, and anion, negative ion. Cation is always smaller than parent atom as it is formed by removal of electron, due to which the same nuclear charge acts on less number of electrons. Therefore, the nuclear charge increases and size decreases. Cation, positive ion. Positive ion is formed by the loss of electron. One best example, sodium 281 KLM. If sodium loses one electron from the M shell, then M shell disappears totally. Only K and L shell remains. So size decreases. Now what happens in the case of anion? Anion is always bigger than parent atom as it is formed by gaining electrons, due to which the same nuclear charge acts on more number of electrons, and moreover the magnitude of repulsions increase. Therefore, the nuclear charge decrease and size increases. That means when atom converts into anion, it has to accept electron. When it is accepting electron, either it has to go and sit with already existing electrons, or it has to make the new shell. Out of two, one will happen. Okay. If the new shell is created, then the naturally size will increase. By chance, if the atom gains electron in the same level, in the same shell, where already electrons are there, what happens? Already electrons are there, and this one more electron added. So there is a repulsion between the electrons. Electrons existing, electrons which has entered. So due to the repulsions between these two types of electron, size size will expand, and due to the expansion of size, automatically ionic radii increases. Therefore, in the case of cation is smaller than its parent atom, and anion is bigger compared to its parent atom. See the example. Sodium, one shell is lost, totally small. See the size, 18695 picometers. That is chlorine, small. Now 287 it is, after accepting 288. So due to repulsion, sudden expansion, size, you see. That also proves. Okay. Now, what are isoelectronic species? Species with same number of electrons. That is called isoelectronic species. Iso, same. Electron, electron. So, same number of electrons. See, O2 minus F minus Na plus are isoelectronic. Why? Na, atomic number 11, lost electron. So, 10. Fluorine, atomic number 9, accepted electron, minus. So, 10. Oxygen, 8. Accepted 2 electrons, 10, 10, 10, 10. So these are the species which have the same number of electrons. Therefore, they are called as isoelectronic species. See the example here. O2, F minus neon, I told 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. All of these species have the same electronic, because same number of electrons, the same type of electronic configuration. The species with higher positive charge is smaller, and the species with lesser positive charge is bigger. Why? See, here this is magnesium, which has lost 2 electrons. Atomic number is 12. Okay, protons are 12, electrons are 10 only. So 12 proton, 10 electron, 12 dominates. It will pull like anything. Okay, so more the positive charge, less is the size. Okay, see, less the positive charge. This is O2 minus actually, O2 minus. Okay, it has taken the more electron, but atomic number is the same. Okay, so greater the positive charge, lesser is the size. Greater the negative charge, greater is the size. Here also we can compare. Okay, same, right? Now radii of isoelectronic ions, already I told. So plus, more the plus, less the size. More the minus, more the size. Okay. The variation in the atomic in ionic radius, same what we have seen in the atomic radius, no, same variation is there here also. That means in the group increase, in the period it is same or decrease. Thank you, my dear boys. Thank you.